Hello, this is Wojciech Pietrzak again. Welcome to my OTSL game against Sone. This time I play as USA. And this time a win can ensure me into winning the group if I calculated everything well. I'm not really happy with this hand. It has only 16 points, reducible to 13. Sorry, to 11 with red scare, no obvious headlines, and no cards that I'd rather see in my hand than in his. So I think the best bet now is to open conservatively, not fighting for anything in Europe, and headline containment, hoping for making this a powerful hand, if not purged. $90 minutes per game, so no big deal. My opponent started not very good in this group, but then he defeated Hoifi, he defeated George Durant, and so on. Vietnam Revolts, one of the cards I'd rather see in my hand than his, but well, let's see what happens now. Not such a bad idea to try to coup Asia. And I can't afford any downside risk. So special relationship, because it gives at least a clearance. And now it gave more. Such going back and forth, not too good with containment, but also it neutralizes his advantage in Southeast Asia. And if he fails only once, like now, I just coup Iran, drop Defcon to 3 and protect whatever is there. To be protected. And I rolled quite well, so he now needs a high roll against this one. What did he roll in Iran? 4, I guess. 5, okay. So not a big deal that I'm rolling well. Roll the 3 here. 4 or more would be much better for him. And I go for a coup. And this coup failed. Oh! I start having some massive luck. Okay then. So now the priorities are Lebanon, France and Laos, Cambodia. A pity to say that I can't space Nasser now, because it would be nice to be the first in space. But this had to be played first. So I play the entire hand, Nasser to space, Truman EU, last action rounds. If I'm hit with blockade, I probably don't discard EU, but rather play it in the last action round, putting 1 or 2 in West Germany, securing Iran and Panama for accesses. Still no time to space. But the regions start looking quite good. Laos, Cambodia had the priority over Thailand due to accesses. Thailand is relatively safe unless he headlines decall followed by something. Iraq, yes, this is a good choice, I guess, and this is my space time. Succeeded, so another 2 VPs and 2 VP swing, very, very good. I couldn't be more happy than that. He evented this, so right on time. I played my... And since I wasn't hit by a blockade, I have some time to spend. And this is one... Oh, I clicked an event? No, I don't want to play this as an event. So 1... How about breaking North Korea? 2, 3 and 4. Dominating Asia would be nice, but I feel it's more important to secure this access in the long term. So Vietnam revolts and empty here. What do we have now? Asia headline may fall to decall only. On the other hand, if I headline Red Scar Purge and he secures Asia, I have a coup and I can still fight for Asia and Asian domination, so I think Red Scar puts more pressure on him. Plus Asia is not the only one region here, and Red Scar helps me and not him, yes, in all other regions. Taking into account that he had headline decall, it was a good call. There is small chance that I lose Asia, but very, very small. By losing, I mean him dominating. What card should I use for a coup? I think independent Reds, not caring about Romanian abdication, which will be played sooner or later in turn, but with independent Reds still in the deck, distal in my hand unless blockade hits it. Yeah, probably a forced coup. And a quite nice one. Counting the results, so good question. I guess he didn't have a playable 4, but I don't want to risk it, especially that he has Thailand. That he has the China card. No socialists, no De Gaulle, no Suez so far, so France can temporarily be taken quite safely. His possible force are Marshall, NATO, US, Japan, nuclear test ban, everything except Red Scare Purge. So he may have a very rich hand actually. No other force appeared. If he has none of these, it's really weird. My hand isn't really very good, this must be told. Indo-Pakistani war waiting doesn't help. But he didn't defend Asia, okay. That was a big mistake. Certainly one of these ops should have gone to North Korea to defend Asia from my domination, because now it's at 5 instead of 0, and this is a huge difference. Maybe he had forgotten it. I mean North Korea, because he obviously didn't forget the scoring. So now in France, Marshall may be helpful, while I expect no help in Libya, plus Middle East scoring is still somewhere there. So things to be done until the end of the turn. Overprotecting Thailand, putting one in India, one in France, and that's it among priorities. So Korean War for space, Romanian abdication will be played, Distal will be held or discarded to blockade, and Warsaw Pact is a prime source of ops to do all the stuff I was talking about, although I'm thinking about taking Iran if he leaves me that option now. China card, always a nice gift. Quite too late, but in the long run it may pay off. Okay, resolve event first. And I'm gonna take Iran to ensure domination even if he plays Nasser in her line, unless he controls Saudi Arabia, which is expensive under Purge. Plus, if he takes South Korea, especially with US Japan, no really, I don't really need to space Korean War. Sorry, a misclick. I will lose military operations, but well, I can't have it all. CIA, where is CIA? Who's got CIA? Because he certainly got some ops. Yep, he had this. And denied me access there. Okay then. No rushing over protecting Thailand, because he's played China, although he may have decal once more. Nah, France is more important. If I have Marshall, it gives me instant domination, and I may be unable to use the ops from the last card in this turn. Well, it all depends, but yes, he evented blockade, so I think I'm gonna discard this tower and hope it doesn't appear too soon. And no, space race. No triggering it. A failed space race. I didn't get CIA, great. That means he got this. And this is some problem he has to address sooner or later. I got mostly the cards which had already appeared. Can Asia get better? I doubt it. What does he have? He has Marshall, NATO, 5-year plan, CIA, Middle East, Fidel, and 2 unknown cards. I can't fight for Asia mostly because he has 2 valuable cards. This is why I'm gonna just headline Asia. Ooh! He got distal, so I assume he also has defectors as his unknown card. The bad thing is he may now play CIA almost with impunity, except some cool things, because I already know his hand, well, almost by heart, but he doesn't know mine. Five-year plan plus Middle East is something I certainly don't like in his hand. Because this means he just avoids losing points for Middle East scoring. But CIA, provided I roll at least a 3, should give me Angola and Zaire. No military operations though, because I'm gonna go to Colombia sooner or later. The priority is space decal and maybe socialists or Suez. Although Suez is not that important. Anyway, I have 4 playable cards. SNORAD, US, Japan, Cambridge 5 and Comic-Con. And the fifth one is the China. NATO won't hurt him right now. Marshall is not very hurtful whatsoever. Ouch, and it was a very nasty play. Olympic Games, no defectors. I'm not sure what I think about his play. Yes, he earned 5 points for Asia, but he relocated only 2 with Distal. And yes, Zaire is an access gainer due to my CIA coup right now. But well, that's it. Venezuela was a strong access gainer indeed. Okay, so now he doesn't have 2 good cards to play. So I think I'm gonna put several crises on him. The point is that first of all he can't coup it all, and second of all he doesn't know I don't have Europe scoring. And he doesn't have 2 good cards to coup. He has Fiddle Olympic Games, but these are 2 ops, which can be countered by Comic-Con or US Japan. Marshall Plan, which he doesn't want to play even now. Or NATO, which he is activating, and I guess this means he's ready to play the Marshall Plan sooner or later. Okay, this means I have to activate Comic-Con for him, and yes, let him play it first. I technically don't have to, but I guess my best play now uses 3 ops to spread to Nigeria, Ecuador and Burma. Now, if you excuse me for a moment, I'm gonna grab some beer, and it's gonna take longer than usual because I'm not playing from my own home, but from my dad's home. I am back. I think he may eventually defend Europe against my domination by the number of countries. However, Spain, Portugal and Canada should eventually end up mine. So at least that. He spaces only once this turn because no space race candidates other than Marshall Plan. So I may delay my spacing. On the other hand, if I space and succeed, this may force him to space immediately to disable my second attempt. If I play the China card, holding two of the other, I must remember about taking Thailand. He activates Marshall for me, grabs India, which is not important right now, so there are different thoughts about that, but my personal thinking is that you don't need to have 5 in Italy, never, as USA. It's better to have it in Denmark and Benelux, creating some sort of Mediterranean non-battlegrounds from them in the way that you only need 2 to control each of them. And that's it. I could space now, but I have some more sneaky plan. I assume he's gonna trigger Fidel as an event. So why not playing the Cambridge 5 to overprotect Thailand to be able to freely play China? And put one into Nicaragua or US-Japan, Thailand, Nicaragua and somewhere in Europe. For example, Spain, Portugal and Peru. Oh, yes. Now what's the key behind? I now dominate Europe once again. I didn't show him it. Overprotecting Thailand frees me playing the China card. Peru threatens taking Chile. And Nicaragua threatens immediate realignments after he triggers Fido, which he certainly wants to do when CIA is gone. I can still coup with the Cambridge 5 and with the China card. And I still threaten Europe. And he can't... Of course he can coup me with Olympic Games in Nicaragua, to which I can counter with Cambridge 5 or the China card coup, but then he risks Europe. Not an easy dilemma for him. I know his hand, he doesn't know mine. And he has to save 5-year plan for his last play. 5-year plan and scoring this card is a very strong move, but it makes your hand very, very non-flexible. What he may play is triggering Fidel and hoping for luck, or triggering 5-year plan now, hoping for lucky discard. Olympic Games for a coup, I assume in Nicaragua. Oh, Colombia. Okay, that was nice. But I think you have to play Fido now. And I keep rolling high. Excuse me. Has to play the entire hand, and he wasn't lucky. Yes. And I was just about to say that I might have discouraged him from playing fiddle for an event. He wasn't lucky, and more to the point, he played it at the very bad moment to such a fail, because what I can do now is to trigger Suez Crisis to break his presence in Middle East, and presence in Middle East is worth 3 victory points by itself plus 4 for Iraq. So this was a more VP swing, because this was an 8 VP swing plus whatever Central America scorings may do, just for Argentinian access. And yes, I have only one to repair the Suez Crisis damage, which means I control France or UK, but not both, provided he keeps me in Israel. He doesn't. So our special relationship are in the deck, so it's worth to repair this, and it's worth certainly to do this. It was very unlucky by him, but it was also a mistake. He should have played fiddle for either coup or something else, but he should have been consequent with his plan, with 5-year plan. And yes, I didn't space, and I have time to do so now. Not too convenient to space like this because of one small step, but I failed, so not a big deal. South African unrest. South America scoring. This may be somewhat dangerous. Truman Doctrine. Good to have you still in the deck. Brezhnev, Ussuri, Bear Trap, Alliance, Brush War. Bear Trap looks very strong as a headline. Followed by the China card coup in Brazil, I guess. Too soon to play Alliance for Progress, so it goes to Chile next action round. Brush War against Venezuela. Missile Envy. Now that's somewhat tricky. No, I certainly don't want him to have Brush War. I don't want him to have some military operations. No Brezhnev Doctrine, so socialist it is. This changes my plans a little, probably. But it still depends on whether he escapes the trap on his first attempt or not. He escaped and he discarded grain sales. in this case, I'm gonna put some risk on South America and just grab Angola. Actually, the worst part of what he did is that he knows that I don't have a 4. And of course that he got rid of grain sales, which I no longer have at my disposal. But Africa looks very good. Central America will soon look very good. So I guess I should dump South America as soon as possible and fight for other regions. Especially that he didn't take Uruguay to dominate it, but only Argentina. So now I have the entire hand to be played for ops, except Brush War, and it's quite free to play hand. France, Canada and Panama for starters, perhaps. Still pushes for South America. Okay, Africa looks very good. What's waiting? Europe, Southeast Asia, Central America. In Europe he has 6, I have 3. Really uncertain domination. This equalized Asia, by the way, so it's also good. Fiddle is gone for a while. So I may even fight for Central American control. 5-year plan is gone. I don't need Ussuri River skirmish event right now. It's better to let it wait for a better occasion. France and Great Britain should be taken. Because of special relationship, much more important than NORAD and... oh, puppets. Okay, that he gave me puppets is strange. But he's right. Not really much I can do with them. OPEC coming. No battlegrounds left. Taiwan is a temporary battleground, but it doesn't really count. Okay, so this is no longer a good... this isn't a good event to play, so let's just solidify Europe in case of some special relationship. Actually, if I play Truman to Canada, special relationship into Austria or Greece gives me domination back. I feel, however, that it's space time for South African unrest. It was a nice play of puppets, actually. Sorry. Uruguay, Tunisia, okay. I have mill-ups, he does not. Yeah, one small step risk. Let's take it. It was so much space-time that... even with no follow-up, it was worth playing. So, Truman to Canada, I guess. No one small step follow-up, not now at least. At Brezhnev doctrine somewhere, perhaps to Central America. And brush were a very good hold card. No event. Let's just play it here, keep it in the deck. Keep Europe equal, but much more vulnerable on his side, except France, which is one of the reasons why I should keep an eye on the number of countries in Europe. Longanman coup. A very good choice of target. First of all, he needed a mill-up, but he also needed to secure Algeria against some realignments. And Brezhnev doctrine, no Central America, because I want to keep domination in Africa even after his Air 1 coup. Of course, Che may interfere with this, but this is something I can't help. Che will not interfere with it unless I allow it. That's good news. Sadat is gone, so Nasser is bad. Cuban Missile Crisis doesn't look very good right now. Yeah, he denies him cooing, but does it really matter that much? DEFCON isn't at stake right now. But what else? Okay, good headline candidates are Southeast Asia scoring, Cuban Missile Crisis, Independent Threats and Brush War. Shortly speaking, everything which is not a Soviet card and not a summit. Maybe it's worth to trigger Cuban Missile Crisis. If he's unable to coup, I get to have some mill-ups. Okay, but Independent Threats creates the similar sort of crisis, but with DEFCON at 3, so he may be eager to give me the coup. Okay, Central America scoring, so it wouldn't help. He got rid of one of the scorings, but I really couldn't improve it. And hey, Europe and Africa and Southeast Asia are the remaining scorings. They really look good, and the VP track looks good. Coup with duck and cover in Cameroon. Okay, this equalized Africa, but this also gave me 3 important victory points. Ha! What am I doing with this? Southeast Asia scoring isn't winning on the spot. Arab-Israeli war, only 1/6 that he's winning it, and it certainly removes him from Cameroon. If I want to be certain, I just play 3 ops, 2 here, which may be enough. I don't need the third one. But I don't have a playable 2 ops cards, so let's do it this way. And where's the best target now? Just for some Muslim accesses I was thinking, but I think protecting against the goal is more important. Africa and Southeast Asia are enough. Southeast Asia and a successful coup attempt and a successful space race attempt and a successful brush war is also enough. Che is gonna be played probably. Because Arab-Israeli war and OPEC are things I don't want to activate. On the other hand, Arab-Israeli war has really mediocre chances, plus he doesn't have 2 good options to come back. The map is rather mine. I had good events. Oh, he can have ABM or Junta. Or he can't. I want to give him Junta, 1 small step, I can live without you. And yes, Indo-Pakistani war and the boys and John Paul certainly stay. He did it. It's always tricky whether to discard things like ABM or Junta. In general, neutral cards, but not like 1 small step, which are contextual, and now I can see that only he can make use of them, but rather like the one I just discarded. Okay, I don't think I can ever have a more effective way of playing Summit than to grab a crucial battleground, which is accidentally left empty. And if he has to risk realignments at 0, it really means that the game is probably over. His problem is I can take non-battlegrounds and still have more battlegrounds in Africa than he does. Plus, after Southeast Asia scoring, my advantage is really big, and single victory points, not requiring dominations in certain regions, may decide the game, like brush war or successful space race. And I will be able to attempt spacing at 2 VPs here, as the first one, because I will be able to do it this turn. U2 incident. This is a much better attempt than what was seen so far from him. And I guess this is the time for my military operations. Arab-Israeli war. 1/6 chance that it gives him 2 victory points, and a certainty of grabbing me domination back after coupping Cameroon, plus giving me military operations. It failed, although it was close. Don't believe what I said just right now. When you have 6 winning and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losing, it's just 6 winning and 5 options losing, and 5 isn't closer than 1. That's how maths works. On the other hand, I rolled a 6 when I didn't need 1, but it suggests that I'm a luckier roller. But yes, he converted 1 battleground to 1 non-battleground, so it's on his side. Unluckily for him, not enough to avoid losing the game if he has Africa scoring, comparing to my Southeast Asia scoring. This was still at stake, okay. Now, options: Nasser to Algeria, Bush war against Algeria, China card to Algeria and Nigeria, the most aggressive option I see, and I think I'm gonna play this one. Defcon is not at stake because Lone Gunman is in the deck somewhere, so... And this is the option to win right now, so... Why not try it? Yes, I was lucky this game, but not as lucky as this 6 might let you think of. I was lucky with the timeliness of scorings, especially, assuming he has Africa. So far. Let's see how it goes further. But on the other hand, he made a crucial mistake on the 3rd turn with his 5-year plan against Middle East attempt. 50-50, but he shouldn't have done this. Oh, East European unrest, which is completely painless in Africa, because this point doesn't really matter. So, scoring time. Let him commit the suicide with Africa scoring, if he has one. But yes, he can keep himself alive if he takes Algeria now. Because all I can have for sure is to equalize Africa by OPEC to Zimbabwe and for, let's say, Venezuela to mitigate its effect, or attempt to OPEC in Angola. Arms race for the event, okay. I didn't see this one coming, and this may be a solution to most of his problems. Provided I miss this one, which I didn't. So if he has Africa scoring, he's simply losing right now. Thank you for watching and see you next time.